Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, it's part 2 of the USSC box refill, reorganization, whatever. Got them all laid out in order, had to reorganize because things got a little out of order. Got a lot on deck here, and actually I've got some new USSC to mix in, so we might as well show off some new before we put in the old. Right, so before we get rolling on box 2, let's introduce some new. Was a poet and didn't know it. So Star of India, this is part of that Mark IV series, and so all different types of transportation, boats, planes, cars, whatever. So this one is awesome. I love ships. So Star of India. And they did make these with 2 different reverse styles. There's the regular USSC reverse, and I think they made those in 1981. These were made in 1974. And here we are, Star of India 131. And you see the different style reverse. There's the dates I mentioned. And actually the one I have is slightly more rare, I guess, based on their value, but not much. So the difference is the Rarity 4 is like a $10 to $20 over spot value, and Rarity 3 is like $5 to $10 over spot, according to the good book. So we'll add that one, but we got to reshuffle box 1 because that's part of that listing in the book. And this one is really, really neat. I have wanted this for a while. They refer to it as Eastern Star, even though it has 3 different entities described. There are separate bars for the Masons and the Shriners, so maybe that's why. But this one was designed specifically for a client. And you can see struck for Tiger coin. Oh, you can barely see the design there. So 200, there's no other variety except the canceled one, made in 1974. 3,500 minted, and a $30 rarity value. And one more new one for today, and this is page 3 from the Man's Contribution to Man series. And so this one also belongs really in box 1. This is great condition, and I think the quality of the ones with this style reverse are better than the USSC reverse. The dies got tired, I believe. So number 318, and we'll check the mintage in a moment, but I think they say there were supposed to be a limit of 1,000 of these or something. Here we are. And these were originally issued in a deluxe velour 12-bar case, and I think that's why maybe a lot of them have some edge toning or what have you. So the Einstein actually didn't have the USSC reverse as an option. But there is one without serial number, which we don't have, but 1,700 minted and a $25 rarity value. All right, let's get with the putting away now for box 2. And we got Halliday's Cable Car Centennial. And this was one of the first bars that I bought once I began actively hunting bars. And I love that reverse. Just it reminds me of a record, a vinyl record, but just something different than the standard USSC reverse. So that kicks off box 2. We got the Rock Alcatraz, and this one is a bit of a higher priced issue. And then Alaskan Pipeline. Wow, love that. So CNR silver, and that's going to come up here in a bit. So this one was made special for them. USSC did a lot of like sponsorships, or there were people that ordered or requested certain designed coins. And so this one was done for the Conejo Valley Coin Club, and there are 2 different reverse styles. Got them both. So happy about those. Next up, we've got another one of those portrait styles. So Coit Tower, so back to the regular reverse on those. Would have been neat if they had something special for the different buildings that they have. Oh, sorry, I didn't say anything. Transamerica building, I believe that's in San Francisco. Used to be on a lot of the football games before when you'd see the pregame or whatever. So the Masked Bandit, so that's the raccoon, and there's CNR Silver again. So they commissioned this bar to be minted. And then this one is another coin dealer, I think. I don't know if this was Harry Foreman, or I'll put it up on the screen who sponsored that one. Not that you probably care. And then more vertical bars. The Eiffel Tower, that one is cool. And then Uncle Sam makes me want to have a hot dog, actually. So he still wants you. Oh, and then this is one of the signature series, Superstar Signature Series, they call it. They had their like autographs on there or whatever. So this is Elizabeth Taylor, if you couldn't tell. So, and these were made special for PS Enterprises. So the signature series, they had 4 different ones, and so I've only got one so far. But yeah, this one's neat. I changed the angle a little bit so you could see the toning better. So this one's the Cougar. Really neat. And then, oh, yeah, this is the first of 2 that I have. There are multiple different designs of this. I think there might be 4, or there's at least 3 different or distinct versions of this, and a lot of it has to do with the reverse, but also the obverse. There I have this is like type 2 obverse. There's a type 1 that doesn't have the printing on either side of the emblem in the front. So, and then Mammy Pleasant's House of Pleasure on the back. So these are kind of neat. The USS Constitution. This one was also commissioned for an individual. So that was struck for National Silver Company. And then this one for Chattanooga Coins. This is a cool one with the giraffe. And then the Taj Mahal. And then, oh, this is the first of several that I have in their holiday and occasion bars. They did a little bunch of different holiday bars. We got Columbus Day. This one is neat, a little bit crowded, but still pretty cool. The landing of Columbus in America. And then another St. Patrick's Day bar. This one for 1975. Mother Means Love, Mother's Day bar. Father's Day, of course. And so, yeah, this one also with the cool toning. Love that one. Having a little TV dinner. And, yeah. And then Valentine's Day, Be My Valentine, 1974. And the last of the 25 in this box is Independence Day, July 4th. So that does kind of close out the first section, and we're not quite finished with the holiday and occasion bars. We got Santa, of course, smoking the peace pipe, nice toning there. So we'll kick off the second side. Be My Valentine 75 and 76. So they're slightly different, but have to have both of those, of course. Ooh, and then this one is really neat, showing the LAX iconic, like, or whatever that is. And I think there's a restaurant in there, or used to be. Anyway, this is for ANA convention that came to the city of Los Angeles. So that is neat, and actually it does have, here's the ANA details. Ooh. So they made these with and without the member number, and there's the serial number. And then coming down the home stretch on these, this one is a very rare USSC bar, Easter 76. And this one also kind of difficult to find and very cool bar. So that's it for USSC proper. I do have some other ones that are listed elsewhere in the book for the LA County Fair, and USSC commissioned these or made these for Pomona coins, and happy to have these. I need a couple more to finish out the USSC version of those. And we've got the relative of USSC, or at least I classify them that way. These are Death Valley Mint, and very topical designs, I guess. This one's for the FDA, obviously, and this is the post office. And cool reverse, and 1,000 total minted. So I have 728 and 787 on these. So I do store them with the USSC. All right, so besides the Death Valley, we've got some other relatives here. This is an identical bar that USSC made. However, this is American Pacific Mint. And so what happened after USSC went under, Continental Coin purchased a lot of the dies from USSC, and then American Pacific Mint struck some, and also Continental Coin. So this is another American Pacific Mint that I pulled from the holiday box. And then these have that very distinctive oval design that was so common in USSC. However, these are Continental Coin with the CC. So we'll put those in the relatives box. Right, so that's gonna wrap it for this edition. So box 2 getting there. So we got 42 in there now, counting the relatives, and some of these other ones that I showed early on, I gotta merge into box 1. So everybody's gotta shove a bun. So, or almost everyone. So, oh, sorry, got crowded up top there. So I thank you so much for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense. And until next time, bye. Bye. And then we got the Rocky Mountain Ram, and I think they're out of order again. Damn it. We got the Giraffe. And then the Masked Bandit. Got a lot of those in my backyard, that's for sure. So the Rocky Mountain Ram. These are all really neat animal bars. I almost said animal style. That's like an in and out order. Be my Valentine. Are these out of order also? And 4th of July. Fuck. So, and then besides the Death Valley Mint, there are some other out of focus piece of shit